Namaste guys, ChristianRLong, Life Enhancement Consulting, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Thursday afternoon. It's almost 2 o'clock p.m. here, Mountain Time, Denver, Colorado. And I want to jump on real quick. I have a client in about 30 minutes, and I thought I'd jump on and share something with you, an experiment that you can try to see how well you do in this experiment or challenge. Mark, Namaste, my brother from another mother on the East Coast. So the experiment I suggest you try to get feedback on is sit in a chair. Brittany, Namaste, sit in a chair comfortably, footstool, on the ground, in a chair, someplace where you can sit and be relaxed. And still your physical body, meaning you sit, hands in your laps, palms facing up, close your eyes, and just be still. Don't move your body, right? Shake out all the congestion, all the stress, all the whatever, right? Just sit, be still, and see what you notice in the process of being still. See what you notice in the process of being still. Because our culture, not just the Western culture, but the entire, not if you're driving, yeah, you definitely want to pull off to the side of the road and practice this. Or not, Namaste, is our culture, we're so constantly being stimulated, Nitin, Namaste, from our cell phones, from our laptops, from our desktops, from our computers, like our phones, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? TVs, right? Radios, cars. We're constantly being stimulated. Very few times throughout the day, even most people throughout their lives, will practice stilling their physical body, closing their eyes, and just being still for 2 minutes. Now, what you will notice, well, if you're in traffic, you don't have to worry about it. You're already not moving, so just sit still. What you'll notice is when you still your physical body, your emotional body starts to become more stimulated and more active. So you still your physical body, you don't move for a period of a minute or two, and then you're going to start feeling things in your body. Now, because people in general lack purification of their emotional body, the feelings that they're going to be having are not going to be so warm and fuzzy. They're going to be feelings of irritability, feelings of boredom, feelings of anxiousness, feelings of stress. This is a very big reason as to why we're always inundating and stimulating ourselves with technology. Because as soon as there's a moment of stillness, we have to reach out to something externally to stimulate us so we don't tap into those feelings. Now, what happens once the feelings begin to calm down? Our mental body, our mind, starts to become more stimulated, starts to become more active, right? So as we're still physically, the emotions get stirred up. We simply be aware of our emotions. We don't judge them. We don't criticize them. We don't put all of our attention on what we're feeling. We simply go, oh, there's irritability. Bye-bye, irritability. Oh, there's sadness. Bye-bye, sadness. Oh, there's boredom. Bye-bye, boredom. See you later. It's like leaves or chunks of things going down a river, right? Twigs, rocks, squirrels, just going down the river. We don't focus on them. We just notice, oh, there it is, right? And as the emotional body begins to calm down, the mental body becomes more stimulated. So we start thinking of people we have to call, errands we have to run, things we haven't finished, commitments we have to fulfill, all kinds of things in the mind. We start thinking of things. Am I meditating properly? Well, what if I'm not meditating properly? What does that mean about me? What does that mean about the person who taught me how to meditate? What does that mean about meditation in general? So we go on this loop within the mental plane where the mind is very, very active. So when we're still physically, the emotions get stimulated. When the emotions calm down, the mind gets stimulated. Rachel, Namaste. When the mind calms down, guess what we have? Stillness. And now we're able to access our higher intuition. We're able to access our higher intuition. And that's the thing that each and every one of us is trying to reach out for because we want to know what to do in this scenario, what not to do in this scenario, what's evolutionary, what's not so evolutionary, right? Everything's evolutionary at the end of the day, but some paths are faster than others, right? You could walk from one end of the country to the other end of the country, the 3,000 miles, it'll take you a couple months, right? Or you could take a plane from one end of the country to the other, it'll take you 6 hours. The end result is the same, getting from one end to the other, but how do you want to do that, right? So there are many paths to God. There are many paths to soul realization, but you have to find the one that resonates with you, that makes sense for you, and then you have to practice it over a prolonged period of time in order to transform yourself. So Renata says, can we envision a cloud going by? Yeah, you could envision a cloud going by, but here's the thing. Just like with the river, just like with the cloud, just like with anything moving constantly, is we don't want to focus on that. Sounds like we don't want to focus on that. We just want to, okay, there's this river of my mind, and these are all the thoughts that are going by. The river of my mind and all these feelings that are going by. The river of my mind and all the fill in the blank going by, right? We want to just be still, be aware. Because awareness is different than concentration. So concentration is when you are focused on something so one-pointedly that everything else disappears, right? Have you ever been that? You've ever been on a work project or you're trying to solve some problem and there's all this noise happening around you, people talking, traffic, whatever, and you are only focused on that one thing and you don't hear or pay attention or aware of anything else? That's called concentration. That's another ability to develop. In this context, we're talking about awareness, which is opening up and expanding. So you're not just aware of this point, my finger, or my hand, or my arm, or my body, or my feelings, or my mind. You're aware of everything simultaneously. So you're not focused at one point, you're expanded in all directions. Above, below, front, back, right, left, and really far out. Far out. So now it says, can we just envision a beautiful rainbow instead? No, and the reason is the more vivid the imagery becomes, what are you now doing? You're focusing. I'm glad you love rainbows. We're focusing, right? You're focusing on a rainbow. You're focusing on all the different colors. You're focusing on the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You're focused on the little leprechauns taking the gold or protecting the gold. You're focusing on things versus awareness, versus expansion. You're contracting versus expanding. So again, the experiment for you guys is to sit still, close your eyes, and see what you notice after 2 minutes of being still. And over time, with lots of practice, not overnight, but over time, with lots of practice, you can still yourself, calm your emotions, still your mind, access your higher intuition, and ultimately be guided and led by your higher self, being led by negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative programs, insecurities, fears, right? You're being led by the higher will versus the lower nature, the tendencies of the lower nature. Does that make sense? So I hope that helps. Hope that inspires you guys to practice more stillness in your life, that those moments throughout the day where it's quiet, enjoy it. Be aware of the quietness. Expand within the quietness versus I got to text somebody, I got to call somebody, I got to watch something, I got to listen to something, right? Do your best to stop distracting yourself and practice being still, being aware, and expanding in the silence. So hope that helps. If you guys are in need of healing or you would like to learn how to meditate and in deeper, more profound ways, go to ChristianRLong.com. It's my website, super easy to find. You can schedule a distant healing session right then and there. And if you have any questions directly, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. And I look forward to connecting with you very soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma, namaste. And Renata says, focusing on my heart helps me go deeper and be still. Correct. Absolutely. Renata just gave you guys a big nugget. The secret to stillness is in the heart. Love you guys. Bye-bye.